You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. One prospect that we know LSU did land is Maurice Williams. So Maurice Williams is a four-star safety from the class of 2024. So he is actually entering his junior year in high school right now. So still a ways to go, but he committed over the weekend while he was taking a visit to LSU and announced on his social media. So he's a safety, just to run through it. Again, keep in mind also, you're talking about a high school junior. Like, he's entering his junior year. 6 foot 190. Dude's just finishing his sophomore year in high school. 6 foot 190. He's the 8th best safety in the country, the number 63 overall player. He's from Pearland, which, if you don't know, is a suburb of Houston. So Brian Kelly has gone into the greater Houston area now and gotten a four-star safety. Had offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Kansas, others, but picked LSU. It's interesting, and I can't tell you that I know anything about Maurice Williams, but it's so interesting to me how heavily LSU and how active LSU has been in the secondary in recruiting. Here's what I mean. Right now, for the class of 2023, you got 5 commitments. You got Mac Markway, the tight end. You've got Holly, the running back out of North Louisiana. And then you've got 3 defensive backs, a cornerback and 2 safeties. Now your first commit for 2024 is a safety. There's a couple of things. Obviously, Kerry Cooks, Robert Steeples, tip of the hat. Those guys are doing work. They're recruiting high-caliber prospects at their positions that they coach. They're doing a really good job. The other interesting part, though, is of the ones I mentioned, the 3 defensive back commits for 2023, and then now Maurice Williams, none of them are from Louisiana. So they've been able to cast a net outside of the state and go get some highly touted defensive backs. But when you look at LSU's roster, it does make a lot of sense why they're going heavy at defensive back. Now, this year in the transfer portal, it was a necessity, right? We've talked about that a bunch. And they went and got guys like Joe Fouché and Greg Brooks, and we know about the corners that they had to go get as well. But if you just look at safety, on LSU's roster right now, they currently only list 3 safeties. Todd Harris, Jay Ward, Jordan Tolles. That's the only players they list as safeties. Now, there's a lot of players they have listed as defensive backs that also play safety. Davis, Brooks, Fouché, Langlois, Sage Ryan, Major Burns. So you've got 9 defensive backs on your roster right now that play safety. It's safe to say, well, we know Brooks, Fouché, and Harris, this is their last year of eligibility, so those 3 will be gone. And it's likely that Jay Ward has gone after this year as well. I think we'd probably agree on that. He's a junior. He's played a bunch. He's played corner and safety. Very talented guy. He's probably going to declare for the draft. So 4 of your 9 are likely, 3 for sure, likely 4 are gone. I would also say most likely Major Burns, who played a year at Georgia, transferred into LSU, played last year, got hurt. He could be a draft defection as well. And then just the other guys that we're talking about, if it's Tolles, Davis, Langlois, one of those guys probably transfers, right? Because it's just the nature of the position, like the nature of college football now. Guys sit and wait 2 years. Like, normally they don't hang around a 3rd or a 4th year if they haven't played yet. So I guess my point is, of those 9 guys, you could lose 5 or 6 after this year. So you're going to need to resupplement your numbers at defensive back, which is why it makes sense to have 2 safeties already committed for 2023, and you're looking ahead already to 2024. So that's roster management. That's what got away from the previous staff while you ended up in some pretty serious holes at spots like linebacker and on the offensive line. And you had to go hit the transfer portal just to just to supplement your roster enough to be competitive at those spots. There's enough foresight, it appears, to focus on roster management now to get that nipped in the bud early. So, again, Maurice Williams, 4-star safety for the class of 2024. He is now committed to LSU for the class of 2024. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.